I do not know if I should consider this experience a drug overdose or poisoning. At a friend's house, he is an EMT offering me GHB for the first time. I trusted him, being in the Navy, and he told me to take the recommended dosage for a female my size of 4 cc, 4 milliliters. I was told not to eat for 4 hours prior to taking the drug, which I hadn't, so it would work well. I did not know anything about the drug GHB, and at first I did not feel anything after taking the dose. I took a total of 18 more cc when he wasn't looking. 7 minutes later, I felt a strong and sudden reaction to the drug. I felt very dizzy and drunk, and my vision was choppy and wavy. I told the EMT friend I was feeling it. I remember him pulling me into the bedroom to have sexual affairs, and I remember acting very silly. The radio was on and I could hear the music around me very clearly and loud. I know my orgasm lasted nearly a minute and was very hard to achieve. It was more intense than any other time in my life. I left the room after having sex. Still awake and wanting to talk, I sat down on the floor with my knees to my chest for about a minute, and the next thing I knew I was waking up the next morning. As I awoke, my eyes were rolling in the back of my head. I was unable to remember where I was. I was literally freezing cold, my teeth chattering. I had to urinate right away, so I crawled to the bathroom and pulled myself onto the toilet. I felt so nauseated, my teeth still going, and my skin ice cold. The room was spinning very fast. The last dose I had taken of the GHB was at 4:30 a.m. When I awoke suddenly, it was only 8:30. The EMT friend was nowhere to be found, yet a letter was left for me. 10 minutes later, my eyes no longer fluttering, I began to read. I had to leave for work. Please take this Thermodrine pill so you can drive yourself home. Please sleep as long as you need to in order to drive safely. I drank some water, still below normal body temperature, wrapped myself up and went to sleep again. Though I had a lot of trouble falling asleep. I was out in 20 minutes after laying there. 6 hours later, I felt okay to drive home and did so. Calling the EMT friend, I asked what had happened to me. He said when I left the room, only minutes later, he came out to bring me into the bed where I can sleep comfortably. I was choking on my own tongue, about to swallow it. He laid me down on my side with a pillow and blanket, in a position where he knew I would be okay. He checked my vital signs. I was going to be okay. I would call it an overdose, but since I woke up the way I did, so disoriented and eyes rolling in back of my head, I didn't know if this would actually be poisoning. For the next 3 days I was depressed, forgetful, had diarrhea, ate nothing, talked to no one. I eventually came out of the GHB trance after 3 days.